All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready. You and Jin having a classic season. He is out on the mound. 4 games, he's 2-1 with just a 2.96 ERA, 24 points, 1 innings, a 2.33 batting average against. He has given up 3 home runs though, so something to think about on the day. Is featuring 7 pitches this year, so it was kind of like what I talked about earlier, I believe last night's stream, where the big difference is the really great players, the really great pitchers in this league can throw 4 pitches at least 15% of the time. As the first pitch to Pak Song Han is in there for a strike, and Wees be underway, ladies and gentlemen. Pak Song Han, 444 on the season, hitting 44 hits, 537 on base percentage, and that's his ball one way up high, 1-0. Oh,
Thank you for the recommendation, Yagupan Chris.
Thank you, Yagupan Yagu fan. All right, here we go with a 1-1 pitch. That's going to be grounded. A second baseman will pick it up, throws, and 1 away. So the big thing is, second, Botrix was always first. The big thing is, aren't you at the game, Kiwi? Aren't you live at the game? All right, on Song Hyun, and that looks it up. Ball one low. What is up with that? The box down at the bottom, the strike zone. I thought you already had tickets. I thought you talked to your South African scalper. That is a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, 1-1. Hey, that's probably a better idea. I know here it's starting to rain here and outside. I had to hurry home because I took the scooter to work. As the 1-1 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman again throws across, 2 away. Two up, 2 down, 6 pitches. Sungri Tu Su Yu Hyun Jin. We'll see how long that boy holds that sign up. I bet his arms get tired real quick like. All right, Che Jung steps in at 277 and a big curveball in there for a strike. He has got the curveball working. Mary Kate, go into the if you go into the description of the video, Mary Kate, I have a link to my channel. As that is the ground ball foul. And it's 0-2. And then make sure you hit the little star. That way I'll always show up on your SOOP feed. All right, the 0-2 pitch to Che Jung. Sets up on the outside, and he lifts that one up. Peraza makes a few steps over, and that will be a 3 away. 3 up, 3 down, and only 9 pitches. Yeah, create a SOOP accounts, and then you can thumbs up my streams, and I can be out on the front page, and everything else is super awesome. But that's the end of the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Bringing up a new leadoff hitter for Hanwha. Interesting choice. Yeah, interesting choices to say the least. Kang Baek Ho leading things off. He is hitting at 283 on the season, but he's hitting about a $190 with nobody on base. So they moved him into the leadoff spot because Yeah, some reason I don't know what it is, but they did it. I'm not entirely sure why. Kiwi is very happy with the move. He is super stoked about it. Uh, Kim Gun-woo on the mound, a 3.60 ERA for him. 5 games, 3-0, 25 innings. Uh, Only hitting 207 against him. He does struggle with some walks though. He has 20 strikeouts in his 25 innings, but he has 14 walks. I believe 12 walks and 2 hit by pitches. So that is something to worry about. He does struggle with command a bit. Uh, if he can command, if he can actually command the fastball, then he's one of the better left-handers in the league. He showed us what he could do the in the playoffs in the postseason where he struck out the first 7 batters against Samsung. Then he fell off a cliff just after that, but nonetheless, and leading things off is going to be Kangbae Ko. Now the first pitch to him in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. That's in there for a strike at the top. So another thing, Peraza is going to be batting from the right side. Very difficult. Is the difference between left and right is ridiculous. That just misses outside. Yeah, no 1-2. So Hanwha really struggles against left-handed pitching. They've done that. They've struggled for the last few years, as that one is lifted up as center fielder under its 1 away. So left-handed pitching is just absolutely dominated Hanwha for the last 3 or 4 years. In the offseason, they went and got left-handed bats. Then also you had 2 years ago, they needed some offense, so they went and got a right-handed hitting shortstop. As Peraza steps in, 380 on the season, that misses up high. Ball 1. That's going to be a ground ball. Diving stop by the shortstop. Gets up, throw. Not in time. Great stop by Pak Sung Han. But Peraza hustling down the line. He's on base with a 1-out single. Just beat it out. Great stop by the shortstop, though. All right, Moon Hyun Bin steps in. Uh-oh. Peraza is trying to stretch. He might have injured his old hamstring there. Maybe his quad as he's trying to stretch it out. See if he jumped at the ball. Put your head down and run. Yep. As that's in there for a strike to Moon Hyun Bin. Jumping at second base or at first base. That happens so often. It hurts. One more. Moon Hyun Bin. I don't know why they put that last starts. He was in the 3 spot in the whole season. That's just misses up high. 2-1. 2 for 8 in the series. Does have a couple walks again. Hanwha lost their first game of the season against SSG last night. It wasn't particularly close at all. As a 2-1 is going to be a ground ball. Second baseman turns to the shortstop, throws to first, not in time. And that will be a 4-6 putouts, 2 away now. And we will have the number of foe hitter coming up, Mr. Noshiwan. Oh, boom, mo, mo, mo. And that's in there for strike. 179 on the season. As he came back up after he hit a home run in the second league, they said, oh, that's good enough. He did hit one when he came back. And the 0-1 just misses low, 1-1. Who's going to be the first team to score today is the biggest question. All the teams zeros right now. And another 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. Should at least be one home run, right? One home run in the day? Gotta be, right? Right, the 2-1 sets up right down the middle, and he fouls that into his foot to 2-2. Way out in front of that. Kim Gun-woo, 4 pitches. Fastball 54% of the time, 143 kilometers an hour. Changeup off of that, 20% of the time. Slider 14.3, and then a curveball 11.7. Got his stopwatch out. Thank goodness he's got that stopwatch out, ladies and gentlemen. And the 2-2 way up high, and we've got our first full count. Dinos hit a leadoff homer. As the 3-2. Oh, yep. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Kim Gun-woo. Did they get the first one or? Nope. I think LG got the first one, Yagu. I think the LG got the first one. That'll be it for the first inning. We go to the seconds. Is LG scored in the top of the first. With their number 4 hitter with the RBI, Moonbo Kyung. Oh, Hanwha gets a single, but nothing after that. No, we'll have the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for SSG in the top of the inning. Oh man, I need a nap. I need a nap, ladies and gentlemen. Just those of you guys, I'm going to say this out of probably 4 or 5 times. Tomorrow is a national holiday. May 1st in Korea is Labor Day. So the game tomorrow is not at 6:30, even though it's a Friday. The game tomorrow is at 5 p.m. So an hour and a half earlier. So hour and a half earlier than whatever it is now. Welcome, Crush. Yeah, uneventful. I expect a lot of uneventful offense in today's game. Hyunjin is seems to be pitching much better this year. Kim Gun-woo is pitching much better this year also for SK or SSG. I wanted to call them SSG. But on top of that, you also have 2 offenses that aren't really very good. All right, you and Jen, first pitch is up high, ball 1. Ready, yeah? And that misses inside. It's 2-0. Already looking to work accounts here. Get that pitch count up a little bit. Anything to get into that Hanwha bullpen. Sets up on the inside. The 2-0 is popped up. Right fielder coming in. Second baseman out. Peraza will take it. And one away. One more, and he takes over Han Yong-duk, the manager of Hanwha. Whenever they broke their streak of 11 straight seasons without making the playoffs, he was the manager. That was the first year that I had season tickets. And now that's Mrs.
Thank you for the
outside.
recommendation, Mary Kate.
Thank you, Mary Kate. Welcome. You found the soup. You found the soup. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Han Yu Sum. Yeah, that's right down the middle for a strike, and it's a 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Which are you talking about? Han Yong Duk? As far as managers that I've seen from Hanwha, I'd say he's tied for fifth. Because I had Kim Eung Young, Kim Sung Gun, Han Yong Duk, Subaru, Chedo Wan, and Father Time. There's been some other ones in there that were, interim coaches. So I'd say he's, as Moon Bin tracks it down at the foul line and 2 away. Yeah, as far as managers that I've seen, but you have Father Time. So you have no games, off season, rainouts. Those are all ahead of the Hanwha managers. As the pitch to Kim Sung-wook is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. I mean, he was a pretty equal to Subaru. I would put Subaru ahead of him just because he changed the culture. And Subaru had zero help. Again, they were not spending any money. They didn't spend any money at all until he was getting ready to leave, until he was basically out the door. And that is going to be a ground ball. Will squib down and goes foul. I would pull that pitcher, or I would pull that batter right now. Like, I would literally pull him out of the game right now just for that, because he didn't run it out. I'm not saying he needs to sprint it out with a foul ball down there, but it could have easily rolled fair, and he could have just been hanging out on first. Landers fans, a couple of Hanwha fans. The 1-2 is going to be a ground ball. Third baseman that cuts it off, throws across, and another 1-2-3 inning. Yuan Jin cooking, flying through, 6 up, 6 down. We go to the bottom of the second, tied at 0. Yeah, those are other, again, you're 3/4 of the way there. You don't have to run it out hard. You just run past and go to first base. Stand on first base, and if if it stays foul, great. Or actually, if it doesn't stay foul, then Make them pick it up. Make them do something. But yeah, just uh, maybe I'm just old. Yeah, he'll pick it up. Yeah, make him do something
Thank
instead
you
of
for the recommendation, B Crush.
thank you, B Crush. Yeah, you gotta do something. I mean, again, there's no reason to not keep running when the ball is still going. Make the fielder pick it up. Again, I just think of the about the Paul DeJong or Paul DeJong. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. The single that he had. Yeah. All right. The number 5 is 6-7 hitters coming up for Hanwha in the bottom of the seconds. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Elsewhere around the league, NC's got that 1-0 lead. Again, Yahoo fan told us about that. Leadoff home run by Kim Juan. And then LG. There we go. They pulled him. I like to see it. I like to see that. In there for a strike, 1-1. I like it. Didn't run that out, and they pulled him out of the game. That misses outside at 2-2. Makes me even feel better about yelling and screaming about it. It's not just because it's clouds and I'm old. SSG's manager getting an early nod to the best manager in the league with that move. That's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop picks it up, throws across. And that's a 1 away. Yeah, I do too, Crush. I mean, that's what you got to do. These guys, their fundamentals, their hustle, it's so bad. And again, that is. Oh, he's saying that he's injured. Maybe we won't give him a full credit. It might just be because he was injured. I guess we can't give him actual credit there. That is up high, ball 1 to the second baseman. Yes, we have to give him partial credit, I guess. That is going to be a rip into right field. He is going to head on over to second base, and he's on base with a 1-out double. And down him. All right, Ito Yoon steps in. Got a chance to get Hanwha on the board. Runner in scoring position. That's Mrs. Lowe, 1-0. I don't know. I didn't even look. Oh, is that what that? His wife probably borrowed his razors. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah. That's right, Mr. Hoon. As that one is popped up. Third baseman coming out, and the first baseman takes it at just the last second. 2 away now, and that brings up JJ Hoon. Mr. Hoon, unfortunately, you've chosen to watch that team. Maybe one day they will come to their senses and give me a call. All right, it's JJ Hoon. Looks at to strike one on the outside, 0-1. I don't have his music. For some reason, his doesn't load. Yeah. Their prospects, they're never developed. They just like, oh, we suck, so here, go back in and pitch some more. As a one down. Yeah, 0-2 counts at JJ Hoon. 2 straight games with a start to 250 in the series. The 0-2 is way outside, 1-2. When was the last time that, because if you think about all the number one picks, you had Wang Junso, who started last night, was their first round pick. You had Moon Dong-ju, Kim Saw-hyun, OJ Wan, that's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and that's probably going to score one. JJ Hoon comes up with the RBI single and puts Hanwha on the board. Yeah, Kium, yeah, if you could have Kium's drafting and NC's foreign picks, that would be an undefeated team as long as they had me managing. All right, that brings up Iwan Sup. Well, Crush, it could have been worse. It could have been worse, honestly. You've consider yourself lucky. Iwan Suk looks to strike one at the bottom of the zone. 1-1. Lotte also used to be orange, so you could have picked Lotte. Sup. I wouldn't say cooked. I wouldn't. Not where I would have put my money. I'm not a fan of his song, honestly. Not a fan of that song. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Right back to the pitcher. Underhand toss, and that will be 3 away. But a double and an RBI single by the brick wall. And that puts Hanwha up 1-0. We go to the third. Yeah. Oh, God. Songwon Min and Chile Mok doing some announcing. So if you're in YouTube, if you go to my description of the video, there's a link in there to my SOOP live stream. I can show the game on that live stream. So just go to the link, SOOP Live /station/dreads. And that is my SOOP Live. That has the same chat that that you're in now. All that together, except you can watch the game with me. SOOP has the official international broadcast rights. As long as you are outside of Korea, I assume you're outside of Korea. Yeah. Uh, they all have their own songs, but they're usually really crappy. It's usually like it's just them saying their name. With not. There's some of them are good. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are really boring. Also depends on how many syllables their name has. All right, the top of the third inning, Yuan Jin. I'm gonna check down the first. Says he did not go. Man, no one and want to know. Yeah, Austin Dean. I wouldn't go that far. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Yuan Jin, 21 pitches through 2 innings. Che Ji Hoon, 208 on the season. That's going to be a ground ball. First baseman. Ooh, a foul. Yeah, Austin Dean's is good. Peraza's is way better, I believe. I think Peraza's is better. I like Matt Davison's. But yeah, most of the other ones are not very good. None of them are like Socrates had obviously one of the best. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch to Che Ji Hoon. 200 in this series. That misses outside at 2-2. Austin ding ding ding. No, they're actually they come up with them with the cheer squads, the cheer teams. A swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Yuan Jin. And one away. Who would I take? Doesn't KT have Boshley on the mound? All right, Otegon steps in. Big home run yesterday. Looks at just strike one there. And the 0-1 is a foul away. 1-2. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd touch that game, Blue Cheese. I really don't know if I would touch that game. Just those bullpens, two back-to-back extra inning games. Those bullpens are looking rough. All right, the 0-2 misses low. Try to get him chase low. Greetings, Tundra. Tony Tundra. All righty, the 1-2 pitch, and that misses outside at 2-2. I have no idea gaming. I don't know what any of those do. As the 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Stays at 2-2, 31 pitches down for Yuan Jin. Yeah, I don't have anything to do with the SOOP KBO ones. Which game is that? Is that is the Global 5? Is that the Hanwha? Is it this game? I think the SPO TV 1 and SPO TV 2 is 1-2, and then SBS KBS, as that's going to be a slow roller to the shortstop, picks it up, throws, and 2 away. Yuan Jin cruising so far. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Joe Hyung-woo, the backstop, steps in now. And a beautiful looking curveball drops in there. Yeah, I don't have any idea. I actually live in Korea, so I don't use those broadcasts. I have a different setup. Right, the 0-1, and that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Bobbles it, picks it up, but still gets him. And that's it. 3 up, 3 down. Once again, we will go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 Hanwha. He was trying to get an air, doing his bestest. I actually don't like players. I like baseball. That's good. Well, I do. I don't necessarily always do Hanwha games or SSG games. I do 6 days a week. I stream in English. I live in Korea. I've been in Korea for 12 years, so I know I know the teams. I know the players. Everything. Yeah. But if you're having troubles with this soup, I really don't have a lot to do with it. But I'm always here streaming in English anyway. You are more than welcome to hit the little star next to my channel. My channel name. That's how you become a loyal viewer and follow me. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. Sup, because if you're watching on Soup, it's a little faster because of the delay from my stream to Soup and then uploaded. Big Kiwi don't let him lie. His favorite player of all time is Grady. Grady. All right, top of bottom of the third inning. Bottom of the third inning, at top of the lineup coming up. Kongbae Ko 0 for 1 on the day. That's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. 0-1. All right, the 0-1 misses up high. No problem. 1-1. I've been streaming KBO in English for 5 years now. Yeah, I think of course, that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Picks it up, steps on the bag, and that's 1 away. Yeah, I think they can. I don't necessarily agree that they will. Yeah, slight favorites because Jin is a better starter than Kim Gun-woo. That's where it goes. But again, any lead that Hanwha gets, you have to worry about the bullpen. Peraza steps in. It's in there for a strike. Oh, no. So, like, here's Peraza's song. There's no real lyrics besides his name. Kim Mean, I think, is the 0-1. A swing and a miss there. Big swing, no ding. Those of you guys hanging out in Soup, please hit the thumbs up button. That is called an up or a recommendation. It's really big and really important on Soup. It is what puts my stream out onto the main homepage. Yeah, who did I don't know who the long-haired guy is though. As the 0-2 pitch to Peraza. Pops it up as center fielder going back in front of the warning track though, and that's 2 away. Gave it a ride, but it didn't have enough gas. 2 away now. I moved here in 2014. So I'm done with 12 years in Korea. I'm working on year 13. Moonhyun Bin. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. I used to be a season ticket holder to KBO. I used to go to 70 to 90 games a season. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop picks it up, throws, and 1, 2, 3. Go the Hanwha Eagles. But they've got a lead. We go to the fourth. It's 1-0 Hanwha. What's good for Hanwha? Hanwha has the worst bullpen in the league. They did bring up a new bullpen arm today, though. They brought up Ju Hyun Song, the former closer, started last year as a closer, but lost his position. We'll see if he comes out. I imagine they're going to bring him out to throw some pitches. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good that they have a lead now. It's just my concern, and I'm sure anybody's concern that has watched any sort of Hanwha baseball this year is not getting the lead. It's the keeping the lead thing is Hanwha's struggle. But Kiwi says there's no worries. Kiwi says no worries whatsoever. Hanwha is pitching the shutout today. That's what Kiwi says. SSG is going to have the top of the lineup. All right, we should be back here. Top of the inning, top of the order, Pak Sung Han. Decent confidence. What are we looking at? All right, is that the chairman? Is the chairman in attendance? Somehow that missed, and it's ball one. Here we go. The 1-0 pitch is sets up at the knees. That is a check swing, fouled away. 1-1. You mean, have I ever been to one of them? Like, what do you mean by been in one of them? Like, played in one of these games, or been to a game, or is the 1-1 pitch is rolls to the backstop, a 2-1. Yeah, I've been I've been to hundreds and hundreds of games. The 2-1 pitch. That's right back to Yeonjin. Stabs it to throws over to first and one away. Yeah. Actually, sups up. If you go to, since you're in YouTube, if you go to my channel and you can look for a playlist called the KBO Experience. I have some 360-degree videos of being in the cheer section that you can check out. All right, on Sang Yun steps in 0 for 1 on the day. And that is fouled away. Yeah, I had season tickets, so I went to, yeah, I mean, I'd say I usually averaged about 70 games a year when I had my season tickets. Otherwise, for years, I was a weekend warrior. I'd go to every Friday, Saturday game. That's Misses a 1-1. Yeah, Kiwi, big Kiwi there. He was at last night's game. He loved it. It was a great game. The 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, so 1-2. Da, 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 da. Yeah. How much liquid did you have to have that fun? And the 1-2 held off. Nope, he says he went around. That's they're gonna video replay that. Yeah, the the batter says he didn't go around again in the KBO. Not only do they have full robot ABS system and none of that challenge crap, but they also have a video replay on check swings. Swing. Ooh, he did go around. Excellent call by the home plate umpire. Second strikeout of the day for Yuhun Jin. What's up, John Alfredo? Alfreda? We're gonna go with John Alfred, as that misses outside to Che Jung. That's Che Jung. 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to right in his first at bats. 351 in his career against Yuan Jin. He's going to check down to first. Said he did not go 2-0. Yeah, they are. Hanwha is we'll just say Hanwha would not make the playoffs in the NFL. Is that the football you're talking about? I don't know soccer terms. We got you're from the Philippines. Gaming is from the Philippines. Philippines representing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Why are the Hanwha fans in the SSG section cheering for SSG as Che Jung fouls that curveball into his foot and it's 2-2? Yeah, I mean, they lost in the Korean series last year, but it was mainly due to a couple pitchers that they had that went to the MLB. As that is ripped but foul, a great stop by the pitcher guarding the first or guarding the pitcher. Yes, I did say that right. The pitcher guarding the pitcher. Whoever started the night before would take over and basically play defense. As the 2-2 pitch lays off of it, I don't think he went around. He did not, and that runs the count full 3-2. No, they're just their managers very questionable. I'm trying to be better about what I say. All right, here we go. The 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss there. Got a piece of it, but into the glove. That's the third strikeout. That's the third out of this inning. 12 up, but 12 down. Now we go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0. Hanwha is going to have their 4, 5, 6 sitters coming up. A little bit more heavy on the pitch count in that inning, though. At least the SSG has something to look forward to. Yeah, of course. It's always a chance. Yeah. They can't even get a hit. They can't even get on base. Yeah. 49 pitches for Yuan Jin through 4. Uh, for a couple reasons, Crush. One, he was a legend. And when I say legend, legend. So he was the manager that won a gold medal in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. So because of that, he had this aura around him. Then he was a manager for the Doosan Bears. Never won a championship. Then he was a manager for the NC Dinos. Never won a championship. Now he's with Hanwha. Never won a championship. He gets to the championship, but he ruins his pitchers. Most pitchers don't like him. As No Shiwan lifts that one, but it will slice foul and 0-1. So this is the final year of his season or of his contract. And then they'll move on. They'll do the exact same thing. Hanwha does the same thing. They bring in a legend coach to make a change, and they go old school. And the old school baseball doesn't work anymore. But because they're older, it hits the edge of the grass and dies. And then Noshiwan is going to be on base with an E6. That is just bad luck for SSG. That didn't even hit the edge of the grass. That hit the grass, the regular grass. All right, so one away now, or sorry, one runner on. Cheon Song steps in. And here we go. This is another. What's up, Dave? This, ladies and gentlemen, is why they don't like him. Well, this isn't why they don't like him. This is why anyone who knows baseball doesn't like him. It's a runner on first, nobody out, and you've got your number 5 hitter bunting. He's now missed, and that's now 0-2. But the manager is, yeah, no. The reputation is finally worn out. He's done. He came out of retirement to manage for Hanwha. He's done. Nobody would hire. Actually, in the KBO, I don't want to say that because they just recycle these same managers around. Just you lose one job and then you're out. You go to the booth and you become an announcer for one of these KBO broadcasts, and then you go into the dugouts, back into a different dugouts. That is in the dirt, and it's a 1-2. Yeah, Dave, a rough start today for SSG. Wow, they gave him a hit on that. They gave him a hit on that. God, the KBO scores are awful. That misses way up high. And that is so sup. You see where the guy with the bat is standing? You got to go all the way around there. Yeah. I mean, he is hitting 188 against left-handed pitching, but again, Hanwha, nobody on the team can hit left-handed pitching. Got a 2-2 count here. Hanwha needs to get a couple more runs. That is a foul away. It stays at 2-2. Yeah, they asked the number 5 hitter to bunt, but they never asked the number 4 hitter who is a second in the lead and ground into double plays. Oh man, my song is almost perfectly timed with the actual broadcast. Well, it's the bottom of the 4th, as that's Mrs. Low, and it runs the count full. Second full count goes from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 counts, just the way the KBO drew it up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, no, they go 9 innings, sup. 9 innings. And fouls that one away. Stays a 3-2. Running it to 53. Just 100% lucky, I'll just say that. All right, the 3-2 pitch. 9th pitch of this at bat. That's rolled over. The shortstop going to the second baseman, throwing to first in time. And 6-4-3 double play. That's why you bunt, ladies and gentlemen, because you got a guy that's going to hit into a double play. All right, so that's his brings up the second baseman and number 16. Two away, and that is way up high, ball 1. Number I don't know exactly. I know SSG had a lot of issues because when they took over, when SSG bought SK, bought the team from SK, the one of the heads of SSG is a big baseball fan, as that is into the dirt. So 2-1. He's a big baseball fan, and he put himself in the middle of everything. The guy made his own uniform to sell. It wasn't we'll put my name and number on the back of a uniform. He made his own uniform. And then after that, he ended up trying to put his friends and his guys, like, and I mean his friends, into the game, into the front office, into the dugout, and it backfired drastically. As that is right down the middle, and runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for Hanwha. And then they ended up letting go one manager to put their buddy in, as that's going to be a ground ball, but foul. Then after that, the GM, or the front office guy, didn't protect one of their legend players, and Hanwha ended up picking him up in what is the Rule 5 draft. Then they ended up firing that GM, and then it's just a big mess. Just misses outside, and that is going to be our first walk of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know the history about the guy that is in there now. He has exceeded my expectations of what they were going to do. I continually thought that they were going to fall off last year. They still kept going. I did not see them off to the start that they had this year. But yet here we are, and Ito Yoon looks at strike one. 0-1. Actually, they are very good friends. We'll just put it that way. And the 0-1. Yeah, there's a whole lot of dysfunction in the KBO. Hanwha, they brought in their front office guy who ended up letting go the manager that Hanwha had that was really kind of turning the team around, and put in his best friend. And when I say best friend, I 100% mean best friend, as in it was he was, I believe, the best man in his wedding. His wife ended up introducing the other guy into, as that's a swing and a miss. This another strikeout for Kim Gun-woo, second of the day, leaves another runner on base, a single and a double, but it's a double play erases that, and we will go to the fifth inning. It's 1-0. Yeah, there's a lot of dysfunction everywhere. Again, yeah, Hanwha, the head of the front office guy, he ended up, firing Hanwha's coach, letting him go early, installed his buddy who was so bad in 2020. I quit going to games because of that. I quit going to baseball games because the manager was so bad. He put him back in as the manager, and thank you. And he didn't even make it a year before he was fired and let go. Yeah, there's so much. Nothing compares to the dysfunction of the Kium Heroes, though. Nothing will ever compare to the dysfunction of that team. Their owner is in prison. That's, I mean, that right there, that's enough. Here's some of the names that the old Kium Heroes have had. They've had Yasiel Puig twice. They had Addison Russell, questionable. All right, what do we got here? We've got the top of the fifth inning, the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. Again, Yeonjin pitching masterfully so far today. Yeah, like I said, all right, Heredia looks at just strike one in there, and it's 0-1. Only 50 pitches, 49 through. Heredia 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to right in his first at bat. That's up and in, and it's swing and a miss. Heredia once again, it goes down to his knees, swinging at pitches. Here we go, the 1-2 pitch. He throws it again in the dirt, trying to get him to chase again. Doesn't chase this time, and it's 2-2. Heredia.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you. Is that Kongs? We'll go with Kongs. All right, the 2-2 pitch just sets up on the inside and way up. 3-0 runs the count full. Second full count of the day for SSG. Chejong struck out on the last one to end the fourth inning. And the 3-2 pitch. That is going to be into the gap. Center fielder sliding and makes the catch. Center fielder saving a double there. Thought it was going to drop down, but it just hung up long enough. Yeah, Dave, this is Ryun Jin. He's the used to play for the Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays.
Thank you for the recommendation, Tonite Tundra.
Thank you, Tundra. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hanwha Sum flew out to left in his first at bat, 0 for 1. And that's in there for another strike, and it's 0-2. Hanwha Sum in his career against Ryun Jin at 214. Here we go. Goes around, and that's out number 2 on a strikeout number 4. As he chased that down into the dirt. No problem, Big Popper. Big Papa. No problem. For those of you guys in YouTube, I do also stream on SOOP. As that's a big breaking curveball in there for a strike. SOOP has the official international broadcast, so same audio that you guys get, but instead of the background of the stadium and the lineups and stuff like that, I actually can show the game on SOOP. As the 0-1 misses way up high, 1-1. If you want to watch the game with me, it is a little slower because YouTube just has a low latency option where SOOP does not. All right, Che Junu getting his first at bat of the day is 1-1, is swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Yeah, so you can if you look in the description, there's actually a link to my YouTube or my SOOP my SOOP broadcast if you want to watch the game with me. All right, to the 1-2 pitch, just sets up on the outside. He throws it way wide though, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 misses way up high, runs the count full. Another full counts, 3 full counts in the last 4 batters for SSG, but they just can't quite break through. Here we go, the 3-2. And he just gets a piece of ball 4, fouls it away, stays 3-2. Yeah, Yuan Jin was originally from played for Hanwha. If you look up right there, that is actually Yuan Jin stuffed plushie. The Korean monster is what they call him. That is a slapped foul. And then if you look over here, this Hanwha Eagles uniform is actually the Yuan Jin monster uniform. Both of those was in his return in 2023, I believe. All right, here we go. The 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside just above the knees, and that's slapped into the netting again. Even though he's not getting on, even though he's not working on the bases, the fact that he's able to move this pitch count up. You're in Jen 9 pitches in the first inning, 12 in the second, 13 in the third, 15 in the fourth inning. He has slowly bumped up his pitch counts every single inning. As the 3-2 is that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, throws across the diamond, and another 1-2-3 inning. but 18 pitches there. Thanks to a great catch in center field by Iwan Suk, and we will go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 1-0 Hanwha. Having quite the game, ladies and gentlemen. All right. 8-9 one hitters coming up for Hanwha in the next inning in the bottom of the fifth here. Choi Jae-hoon, Iwan Suk, and then Kang Bae Ko. Elsewhere around the league, NC's still up 1-0 against Kia. LG's up 3-0 in the top of the fourth there. Doosan is just opening up a lead now as they scored 5 in the bottom of the third inning to take a 5-1 lead against Samsung. Lotte and Kyuma still at zeros in the bottom of the fourth there. As those could not get more even. 4 hits apiece, one error apiece, and 0 walks. NC, again, they had the leadoff home run. John Alfred, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. We should be ready to come back. Yuan 67 pitches through 5 innings. Kim Gun-woo, 67 pitches through 4 innings, if my calculations are correct. Doing it without a calculator, ladies and gentlemen. We'll hope that I'm right. And here we go. Bottom of the fifth. No, my calculations are way off. That's a misses, and it's 1-0. Guess he only threw 19 pitches out of the 22. All right, so Choi Jae-hoon steps in. He has the RBI single, the 1 RBI in this game. This is outside at 2-1. Yeah, that's what's crazy is they've had so many great players. Like it started with Jun Kong Ho, who ended up being the shortstop for the Pirates, as that misses way outside at 3-1. So it started with him, and then you had Park Byung-ho, who signed a 4-year deal with the Minnesota Twins, and then you had Kim Ha-sung, and you had Lee Jung-hoo, and then Kim Hae-sung, and then that's a misses outside, and that is going to be ball 4, second walk of the day, a leadoff walk to Choi Jae-hoon, and that brings up the number 9 hitter. And we're going to have another bunt here, ladies and gentlemen, almost guaranteed. But then in the off season, in this past season, Song Sung-moon also went to the MLB, so they've sent a ton with him. Yeah, the big thing is because he doesn't have any walks. He's only walked 2 batters on the whole season. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A bunt drops it down, but it's foul. Again, another one of the reasons why the KBO makes everybody so angry. You've anybody that knows baseball, understands baseball, a runner on first, nobody out, has a better chance of scoring not only 1 run, but multiple runs compared to a runner on second and 1 out. There's 0 reason. That's right down the middle, and now he's not going to be bunting at all because he's got a 2-strike count. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's favorite manager, doubling up on the old Jackets. You may be cool, but you're never too Jackets cool. Reminds me of Theo Vaughn. That one is way, way up high. I don't know what privilege
Thank you
was.
for the recommendation, Donna 2000.
Thank you, Don. 2 sweaters in the winter. The 1-2 pitch misses inside. And another 0-2 count, running out of hand here. Again, to Cheon Song, he got ahead 0-2 because he failed bunts. And here, again, he failed bunts, and he's ahead 0-2. And there we go. The 2-2 pitch that sets up on the inside. He went around. That's the big strikeouts. Another strikeouts for Kim Gun-woo. That's his 3rd of the day. Another failed bunts, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the old plastic trash bags. All right, so Kangbae Ko steps in now. 0 for 2 on the day. That's in there for a strike. Does have runner on base, though, ladies and gentlemen. That is big. Runner on base for Kangbae Ko. He is hitting below the Mendoza line with nobody on base, but picks it up a lot. We went around 2 on the super high fastball. Should have brought a step ladder if he's going to swing at those pitches. Here we go. 0-2 count. There's the Yuanjin monster uniform. Those are some old school fans there, not the what do you call them? What does your wife call them, Kiwi? The fashion fans? The trendy fans? Is that one is way low and out of the zone. 1-2. 78 pitches now for Kim Gun-woo. 0 for 7 in this series. Does have 4 walks, though. Against lefties, he's hitting 160. The 1-2 is a popped foul. Stays 1-2. 329 against righties. Again, hitting 160 against lefties. The legend manager put him in the leadoff spot against lefties. Hey, Yeah. The 1-2 is smoked into center field. Center fielder giving chase. Makes the catch. Stops. And Che Jae-hoon has got to touch second and head back. And just makes it back. That's 2 away. Che Jae-hoon almost got doubled up as he was rounded all the way around to second, had to tag second as he was going back to first. A little bit better throw might have doubled him up. All right, 2 away now. Peraza steps up. Peraza 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in his first at bat. Flew out to center in his second. Yeah, I always look at their uniforms, and you can really tell the OG fans when you get fans that have players that don't have the numbers anymore, as that's a swing and a miss there. 0-1. Got some the Bing Ray uniforms there. They didn't come out with those this year. Those were last year, I think, weren't they? Right, the 0-1. That misses way up high. No, never mind. They didn't do Bing Ray. They would never do Bing Ray. I wish they would do the Eagles ones again. Kiwi needs one of those uniforms. There's the 1-1. Misses outside. 2-1. Peraza, number 3 on the season in batting average, number 3 in slugging percentage, number 2 in on-base percentage. And the 2-1, a swing and a miss. 2-2. 84 pitches now for Kim Gun-woo. I've got to fix my Yuanjin pitch count. I keep hitting his instead of right, the 2-2. Nope. Time is called by Peraza. On the first is JJ Hoon does not have speed. In fact, he might have negative speed. 2-2. You think he went around? He did. That is going to be another strikeout. The fourth strikeout of the day for Kim Gun-Hoo. Another runner left on base, a leadoff walk, and then 0 for 3 after that. We will go to the fifth or the sixth, but first we'll take a bit of a break. I'll see you guys in a few. Yep, the chairman must be in attendance because they have fireworks guaranteed. Yeah, if they've got the fireworks, that means the chairman is in attendance. Drops down the bunt, and he is going to easily beat it out. And that is going to be the first hit, the perfect game. The no-hitter is over. That is going to make some people mad as the bunt is single. And first runners on base. Great time to do it. Great time to do it. Excellent choice by Che Ji-hoon. First pitch after the break. Now we can talk about it all you want. So that was the first hit. That was the first base runner. That is just misses inside. See, this is Kiwi. All right, Big Papa. I'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. 5 o'clock game tomorrow. Keep thinking today is Friday. All right, Otagon 0 for 1 on the day. 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. Swing and a miss, so 1-1. Yeah, in a 1-run game after a break, yeah, I would do it. That's a heads up. That is a heads up managing. That is heads up coaching. But I'm still just amazed at the fact that the chairman is in attendance and suddenly they have fireworks. They didn't have fireworks. Yeah, the 1-1 is going to be lifted to right field. That might drop down. It hits the line. That is going to roll into the corner. Che Ji-hoon is going to round third. They're going to hold him up, and that's is going to be a double as they got runners on second and third now with nobody outs. Second and third and nobody outs. Second hit of the day brings up the number 9 hitter as quickly as this thing unravels. Just hits right on the chalk. I like to see actual chalk lines for once. All right, Jo Hyung-woo, that's going to be a single right back up the middle, and one runner is going to come in, and an error on the center fielder, and that is going to keep him held up at the third base, though. And a RBI single ties the game in the top of the inning. As Otagon, if he would have been running harder, would have actually scored on that. That's ties the game on the RBI single back up the middle. No, Hanwha celebrates when they're winning in the 5th inning now. Oh, Otagon, if you would have been looking at your third base coach, you would have scored. How big will that be? How big will that mistake be? Park Sung-han steps in now. Otagon should have scored on that. Back-to-back hits. 0 for 2 on the day for Park Sung-han. It looks to just strike one at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. In leading the league in a lot of categories. Here we go. 0-1 pitch. 565 with runners in scoring position. That's just ridiculous. You know, one that catches the outside corner on a beautiful curveball. 0-2. 565 with runners in scoring position. That's ridiculous. Park Sung-han. All right, the 0-2 pitch just sets up way outside, doesn't chase, and it's a 1-2. 75 pitches now for Hyun-jin. Masterful through his first 5. Do they have? I have to think that they have. Do they have third base and first base drawn in a little? As the 1-2 misses way outside at 2-2. What do they have? I wish I could see their defense. I assume Like, are they playing? No, Shiwan is not up. He's not even with the bag. Alrighty, the 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, and that is a broken bat. Past the diving second baseman, and another hits. This one puts them up 2-1. Back to back to back to back hits, and SSG has got themselves the lead. All because they had fireworks, ladies and gentlemen. Pak Sung Han. That's a center field error. Doesn't play a big deal. Yun Jin now 4 straight hits given up, brings up An Sung Hyun. Yeah, Dave is just celebrating. He's dancing around. I'm gonna have to go live to Dave's living room and for a little dance battle. Those of you checking out in SOOP, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. That is a like. It is called an upper recommendation, very important. And drops down the bunts, and the third baseman picks it up, throws to first, and he hits the second baseman arm. Sacrifice bunts. Puts runners now at the at second and third. Again, don't really agree with it. Do at least improve your chance of scoring 1 run by dropping down the bunt there. Again, does not, to me, it doesn't make sense. You've got a guy who's given up 4 hits. He's obviously not pitching well in this inning, and you give him a free outs. Shea Jung way up and in. I don't get it. Why you have a Shea Jung on deck, like a guy that hits home runs, and a guy. Why are you giving up an out? A huge gap in right center field. The 1-0 pitch, way up high, 2-0. Yun Jin has 13 pitches this inning. Again, slowly has moved up and up and up. A 351 on the season for Shea Jung against Yun Jin. 5 home runs, 19 RBIs. But Yun Jin, 9 pitches, 12 pitches, 13 pitches, 15 pitches, 18 pitches. And right now he's already at 13 pitches with just 1 out. That misses up high, 3-0. 14 pitches, a 3-0 count. Yeah, they're going to intentionally walk him, and your bunts really didn't do a whole lot there, as they now will give him a free pass to first base. Loads them up for Heredia. Loads them up for Heredia, ladies and gentlemen. Heredia 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out to right, a fly out to center. Another fly out will score a run. He led off the 5th inning, and that was the fly out to center field. That was a sliding catch by Iwan Suk. Needs a double play ball here. The 0-2 is fouled away. 0-1. Bases loaded, ladies and gentlemen. 1 out. The number 4 hitter up to bat. The 0-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Rips over the shortstop's jumping. That'll bring 1 run in. Will they send to second? They will, and he is easily in there. And Heredia with a 2 RBIs, and SSG just unloading here in the 6th inning. You got to start thinking now. Do you take Yun Jin out? Already over on first. Che Jung at the second. 2 runs come in. All right, that brings up Hanyu Sum. Still just 1 out. Thank goodness they bunted, ladies and gentlemen, as that is way up. Thank goodness they bunted. Otherwise, what would we have done? 17 pitches now. Getting ready to have the most pitches he's had at Che Ji-hoon. Getting ready. He led off the inning. As the 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss there, 1-1. Again, 214 in his career against Ryun Jin. 0 for 2 on the day. Yeah, yeah, Crush. Sup is gonna wake up and be like, "Hey, what happened?" A 1-1 pitch fouls that away. Hanyu Sum, 1,099 hits in his career. 1 hit away from 1,100. It would be a big one. Che Jung on the second. It doesn't have the most speed in the world. Heredia over at first. Moves decently. As the 1-2 pitch just sets up on the outside. Lays off of it to 2-2. Hanyu Sum flew out to left in his first at bat, struck out in his seconds. Has one of my favorite cheer songs. I'll get the cheer songs up as I possibly can. The Hanwha fans not cheering anymore. As the 2-2 pitch lays off of it, rolls away. Heredia went to second, and that. Oh my God! Oh my Lord! How is that possible? Heredia goes to second, puts his head down and goes. Che Jung does not. Stuck halfway through. Che Jae-hoon just throws a short hopper over to third base, goes into the dirt, and Che Jung just walks over to third base. That is awful. And then Heredia went back to first. Heredia went all the way back to first after he was already on second. And so now you've got a runner on first and third. You've got a 3-2 count. I don't know what's going on in this world anymore. This is the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. Because he thought Che Jung was going to go back, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. He was standing on second base. I don't know. That's got to be an error on Che Jae-hoon, but No Shi Wan should have been able to pick that up. Yeah. All right, the 3-2 misses outside, and he walks him. And the wheels are off the bus, ladies and gentlemen. The wheels are off the bus. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why he would go back. Like, he just keeps putting his head down. Definitely not, Crush. Definitely not. All right, that brings up a Che Junu. Lays off of that. It's a ball 1. Oh, he says he went around. Never mind. That's a strike 1. Che Junu took over on a defense. Did they give No Shi Wan the error? Who did they give the error on that? That is the question. Still just 1 out. That is a foul away. They gave the error on looks like they gave the error to Che Jae-hoon, which they normally, yeah, they would. Donov, it's one of the many reasons. One of the many reasons.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you, thank you. All righty, the 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside. Reaches for it, throws and tosses it home. And that will be a 1-2 putout. 2 away now. Bases are still loaded up. The Ducks are still on the pond, ladies and gentlemen. 2 away. Brings up Che Ji-hoon. Che Ji-hoon led off the inning with a bunt single. The first reminder that Ryun Jin was perfect through his first 5. He was perfect through his first 5. And it is, the wheels have come off. Che Ji-hoon steps in now. Again, he led off this inning with a bunt single. Coming up to bat for the second time, bases loaded, still 2 outs. They would love to get themselves some more runs. Struck out in his first at bat, then that's a bunt. That misses up high, 1-0. 94 pitches for Yuan Jin, and this has to be his last batter. Facing at 10 in this inning. He's thrown 27 pitches already. There we go. The 1-0 pitch is sets up on the outside. A swing and a miss at ball 2, 1-1. And he swings and misses at a pitch nowhere near the strike zone. That was closer to me than it was the strike zone, ladies and gentlemen. I live 2 hours from the stadium. All right. 1-2 pitch. 167 on the season with the bases loaded, 3 RBIs. That is going to be a little bloop single in front of the center fielder. 1 run is going to come in. 2 runs are going to come in, and that is his second hit of this inning. 2 RBIs, and that puts them up 6-1. Just keep them out there. Keep them out there. Just throw the bat down at it. It bloops it into center field. And that will be it for Yuan Jin. Christian, the crazy thing is, again, they got the crazy thing is Yuan Jin was perfect. He was perfect through the first 5. 15 up, 15 down. He had 3 full counts. Like, absolutely ridiculous. You giving up, gaming? You giving up? Make sure, gaming, make sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave there. And make sure you hit the little star next to my name. That's how you know that when I'm going live and all of that stuff. Those of you guys in SOOP hitting the thumbs up, that's called an up or a recommendation. It's importance for SOOP. They use it as a metric to put my stream out onto the main page. Also, if you want to follow me on SOOP, next to my name, next to my channel name is a little star. If you're on YouTube, always welcome some thumbs up and some subscribers. We'll never complain about that. Coming in is Eminu, I believe, is who we saw in the cart. What they need is a Damas. That's what they need. Fresh out. Love some free money, but it is the KBO. You never know. And Jin. I think you don't. I wouldn't have to worry about that. Fresh outs. Uh, Hanwha's bullpen will give that to you themselves. Again, he pitched. He pitched perfect. Himinu 135 on the season is 7 games. Otegon looks at a strike 1. 0-1. Again, Ryun Jin pitched perfect through 5 innings. 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. Perfect through 5 innings. 67 pitches through 5 innings, but the wheels came off in the 6th. All right, the 0-1 sets up on the outside, catches the outside, and it's 0-2. For Hanwha fans, they had to watch the fireworks. They thought the game was great, and then it happened. So the 0-2 sets up on the outside, just above the knees. A swing fouls that away. I wouldn't say that, Christian. They came back from 5 down earlier this week. This is the KBO. There's no such thing as a good lead. I would say 10 or more runs would be a good lead in the KBO. The 0-2 pitch now. He went around, I believe he did. Says he did not. Yeah. Yeah, it's the KBO. Again, earlier this week or earlier this month, we saw Hanwha. As we're gonna have a video replay on the check swing here. Yeah, but so LG's bullpen is in a complete disarray. They lost. They did go around. That will be outs in number 3. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 6th as SSG scores 6 in the top to take the lead, 6-1. All right, now I got to figure out how to add up all this stuff. Yeah, so just earlier this month, Hanwha was up a 5, I believe, 5-0, and Samsung scored 6 runs without a hit. I mean, that tells you all you need to know about the KBO. I believe Hanwha was down 5-1 earlier this week against SSG, and they ended up losing or winning and walking off as the reliever in the 10th inning threw 9 pitches. 8 of them were balls for a literally walk-off. All right, let me see if I can calculate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. All right, we're back. It's bottom of the 6th inning. Kim Gun-woo is still out there. He's sitting at 85 pitches. A 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Hanwha. Moon Yun Bin leading things off. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. He is at his average 5 innings. That is going to be lifted into left field. Heredia makes the catch. And away. Brings up a no-shoe on. Big air led to some extra runs there. Doing some calculations here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go. Now I'm back. A 1-1 count to Noshiwan. And that is a foul to straight back. 1-2. How did Beasley pitch? (101), 92 pitches, only 4 innings. All right, the 1-2 foul to straight back once again. He is right on it. He is locked in on this as he's fouled the 3 pitches a straight back. Oh, there's the boy, dancing queen himself. Guy with the yellow hair there. He used to sit next to me when I had my season tickets. As the 1-2 is fouled away, stays a 1-2. Yeah. Surprised he's not overdoing it since the camera's on him. Got to make sure everybody sees you dancing. All right, the 1-2 pitch rolls over that. The shortstop grabs it, throws across, and 2 away. 2's away, ladies and gentlemen. Brings up the number 5 hitter, Cheyenne Sung, captain, my captain. Oh, he did not touch second after he went past it. If they would have thrown over to second, they would have he would have been out. Cheyenne Sung. Yeah, when you go past it, you have to touch it again. That's kind of like the Che Jae-hoon play earlier, as that one misses way up. Nope, we've got a pinch hitter here, Kim Tae-yeon. And now the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside a 3-0. And he walks him on 4 straight pitches. I have to imagine that we're going to start just seeing some substitutions on the Hanwha side. 97 pitches for Kim Gun-woo. He's trying to get through it, but are they going to let him have one more batter? His average is 5 innings, 85 pitches. Kim Min warming up. There's the guy that you said that gave it up. Kim Min is the guy that used to pitch for KT. He was involved for that 1-1 pitch, the trade, Owan Suk versus Kim Min. But we have first pitch is turned on. That is going to be drops in front of the right fielder. Kim Tae-yeon is going to head on over to third base. And that is going to put runners at the corner with two away. I think you got to you got to take them out. You got to take them out. Kim Tae-yeon with the wheels. Rings up Lee Do-yoon. Game is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna have a pitching change here. Is Kim Gunn not able to get out of the 6th inning with that 5-run lead? They will try to protect it. A 2-out walk and then a single puts runners on the corners. Kim Mean will come on in. As again, this game will never be over. Yeah. The old we'll just call them a Google Sheets, Kiwi. We'll call them a Google Sheets. I guess we could call them a Google Slide. Oh, elsewhere around the league, ladies and gentlemen, NC's up a 4-2 against Kia. KT and LG tied at 3. They're trying to go for a third straight extra inning game. Doosan's up 3-5 or 5-3 against Samsung. Top of the 6th there. Samsung's up to bat. And Kium's up 1-0 against Lotte. I got a notice on the old fantasy list. Nasuk Bomb with a home run. What's up, Kenny? Kenny. The states 1-1 now. Okay. Kenny came in just to tell us that Lotte scored. Lotte's winning 2-0. Kenny's the charm. He comes in and Lotte starts winning. He doesn't come in and then they crash out. All right, Kim Mean out there on the mound. We do have 2 outs, not 1. 1.35 ERA, 13 games, 3-0, 13.1 innings, 5 holds, 204 batting average against, and 8 walks and 15 strikeouts. Look at that, plenty of time. Plenty of time. John Alfred, I don't know what you're talking about. 2-1 still? All right, Eugene Young pinch hitting for Ito Yun. I know I got it in music. That sounds very Lotte. All right. He's going to have to get a new pair of batting gloves. One big rip, and they are ripped. Yeah, there's an old uniform. Yeah. Reset the counts. Kenny, that sounds like the perfect description of a Kium and Lotte game, honestly. Throwing the bases where nobody's at. All right, so the 0-2 count to Eugene Young. And a swing and a miss. We'll have a lot of changes coming up, but first, we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 6-1 SSG. Let me check. I think on Sunday I'm gonna end up having to do the KBO game because I think it's gonna rain. Pretty sure it's gonna rain. Let's see. I gotta look at my calendar. Tomorrow is KT and Kia. Saturday Lotte and SSG. Because it's the 2 o'clock game. And then Sunday is supposed to be Hanwha and Samsung, but I believe it's supposed to rain. There's a lot of rain in the forecast. In that case, I would obviously switch over to the KBO game. All right, coming up is going to be the number 9 hitter, 912 hitters coming up. All right. The game is going to get real slow. Yeah, it will be nice to get a little sleep tomorrow. We're gonna have some changes as soon as I find them out. I will update it. Obviously, Eugene Young is not playing shorts. All right, Haw and Saw back behind home. That is going to be a ground ball. The shortstop makes it to throws and 1 away. So first is Kim Tae-yeon. That is no question. Ha and Saw is behind the plates. So Wang Young Mook is at short. To Eugene Young in the center. Ha and Saw behind the plates. Yeah, I was wondering why he was running so hard, but I don't know where they are, where they're at in the lineup, so I can't adjust it yet. Okay, so Wang Young Mook takes over for Yuan Suk. There we go. All right, I can start to get it changed. It'll take me a few minutes, guys. So Che Jae-hoon is out. Fine Saw drops the ball in there for a strike anyway. Oops, wrong side. Pak Sung Han 1 for 3 on the day, RBI and a single with a run scored in his last at bat, hitting 600 in his career.
Thank you for the recommendation, Armand _.
Thank you, Armand. Welcome, welcome. Glad you were able to finally join us. Inside. At shorts. And that misses way up high, 3-1. Wow. Eugene Young will take over in center. Shortstop. As the 3-1, that's going to be a ball 4. On base for the second time today. Yep, change it out to definitely the ball. 0 questions about that. Let's get Mookie short. There we go. All right, Ansung Hyun steps in now. Sacrifice bunt in his last at bat, 0 for 2 on the day. And he went around. It didn't matter anyway, as it was in there for a strike. double check something here. Yeah, you're just making sure that my chat still works. All right, the 0-1 pitch. An Sang Hyun, that's in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-2. Manager is in desperate need right now. Did you get to watch the game the other day? Or no, that was Birds and Dinos. As the 0-2 hits him. Hits him on the hand. They tried to turn the double play. What's the score, Armand? Is it still 4-2? I think that what they're also gonna probably video replay this. Yeah, flop those broken bones around. What is that? Check our replay ourselves. It looks like it hit both of them. That's a bunt. The home plate umpire called it called it dead, so it doesn't. It looks like same time. All right, so that will put runners on first and seconds. As the call on the field was that it hit him. They did a video replay that brings up a Che Jung. Che Jung intentionally walked at his last at bat, so that's ball one as the curveball doesn't break down. 1-0. SSG could put this game away right here in this inning. A 267 in his career against Iminu. 4 hits, 3 RBIs. And that is fouled away, 1-1. Still we're still waiting for this to open up this box of baseball cards. Those of you that don't are new to my streams, anytime there's a home run, we open up some baseball cards, some KBO baseball cards, none of that MLB crap. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Nope, he spins around and he is back into second base. Da, 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 da. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-1 pitch. It's Che Jung. Way up high, though. 2-1. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A 2-1. 4 home runs against right-handed pitches on the season, but that is up again high. 3-1. Do you challenge him here, or do you try to get him to chase? Or do you just hope and pray that he doesn't deposit it into the outfield? The 3-1 pitch, up high, ball 4, and he loads the bases up. an intentional unintentional walk. Brings up Heredia 2 RBI single in his last at bats. Just last inning again. SSG hitless through the first 5 innings. Hitless, runnerless, motionless, just dead in the first 5 innings. But they come out in the top of the 6th inning after the break. Ju-hyun Song warming up there. Come out after the break with a bunt single from Che Ji-hoon, and the floodgates opened after that. A double after that, then a single scored a run to tie it, then another single scored a run to take the lead. A bunt and then an intentional walk, a single scored 2. Yeah, they just wanted to make it more dramatic, Kiwi. Just 1 out for the bases loaded up high, ball 1. Lee Min-woo's not going to give it up. He's going to walk in a run, and then in comes Ju-hyun Song, who's going to give up a grand slam to Hanwha Sum. We're calling it here, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, that is going to be a line to center field. The center fielder back makes the catch, and another run is going to score. Well, there goes that whole thing. Scoring another one. Not cool, guys. Not cool. Not cool. Hanwha Sum now will step in. Walked in his last at bat, 0 for 2 on the day. That is a perfect Hanwha fan right there. That catches the top of the zone. 0-1. Yeah. Again, still one of my favorite songs right here. 0-1. That is a roped center fielder coming up and then running back to make the catch. 1 run comes in, and they take a 7-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's all SSG. Getting another run without a hits. Gotta love the KBO, right? Gotta love it. All right, so they've got the 8-9-1 hitters coming up. Elsewhere around thy league, NC's up 4-2. KT has taken the lead. They're up 5-3 now. Doosan is still hanging on to 5-3 against Samsung. Lotte has added another one. They're up 3-1 now. See who's scored some runs in. Looks like a Nasung Bomb with a 2-run shot. Kim Ju-won with a solo shot. To Davison with a couple RBIs. Average up to 239 now. I was starting to worry about Davison, whether or not he was going to be hanging around. LG got up to a quick 3-0 lead. Looks like a Song Chan-hee with a 2-run shot. But looks like a Chaewon Jun doing damage again. Chaewon Jun and Hilliard. Hilliard 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Chaewon Jun 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. All right, so we got to the bottom of the inning here. Kim Min is still out there. Only threw 3 pitches, not 4. He's going to have a Ha-in Saw leading things off. Buttons. Here you go, Kiwi. Kiwi sitting at home holding up his uniform backwards. True Korean fashion. It's 2-1 now. Oops. We'll take a solo home run. We just want a home run. That's all we want. That's not too much to ask for, is it? All right, the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike at 2-2. Kia Tigers uniform there. All right, the 2-2 pitch just sets up at the knees. That is not a home run, Kiwi. I don't know if you're aware, but that's is the opposite of home run. That's actually the opposite. Yeah. All right. Old Mookie steps in. I still have his music way too loud. And it's ball two. Inside. Why is Shimu Jun not playing? Not even in uniform. This is outside? This is the amazing part is, again, a lefty's on the mound. A lefty was the starter. So they put in the left-handed hitting shortstop, as that is in there for a strike. And then when a righty came in, they brought in a right-handed hitter. Ground ball 4-3 put out. 2 away. Flips the lineup back over to Kongbei Cove. Yemin working well here. In a nice 6-run lead. Kongbei Cove leading off today for the first time, I believe, this season. I could be wrong on that. I'm probably not. But he's 0 for 3. Fly out to center.
Thank you for the recommendation, Erasmus.
Thank you, Erasmus. Welcome, by the way. That's Mrs. Lowe, 2-0. Got hurt yesterday?
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you. What do we got? Korea food. What kind of Korea food we got? Everybody loves some Korean food. Bosom is my favorite. Big Bosom fan. Right to Kongbei Cove. 16 straight at bats without a hit. And the 2-1 just catches the outside corner, and it's 2-2. 0 for 8 with 4 walks into this game, or this series. And I have to think that they're going to get rid of that extra, again, the plate has it, the strike zone and the ABS strike zone and the KBO has an extra 2 centimeters on each side. And I have to think that after 3 years, they're going to remove that. The 2-2 pitch sets up down at the knees, and he throws it into the dirt. So runs the count full. 3-2. Fourth full count of the day for Hanwha. They do have a walk, but a strikeout in a 6-4-3 double play also. Ko 3-2, way outside. Ball 4. Brings up Peraza. Brings up old Peraza. Peraza. That's misses outside. Ball 1. Struggling with command. Make sure my AirPod works. Yeah, how did you get here? I know you didn't get a hit. There's nobody on base. Oh, I walked. The KBO bullpen got me here. All right, here we go. Peraza, 1 for 3 on the day. A single in his first at bats. Fly out to a center and a strikeout. That one is a little bloop, and that is going to drop down. He finally gets the hit from the left side, and he comes through with a single. Runners now on first and second. Brings up Mr. Clutch. All right, Moon Yun Bin steps in, 0 for 3 on the day. That misses low. Ball 1. Another 1-0 pitch, misses low, 2-0. KBO bullpens, they are on their way, ladies and gentlemen. They are on their way. 375 with runners in scoring position for Mr. Clutch, and that is way outside. Ball 3, 3-0, 24 pitches now for Kim Mean. Have to think that this is his last batter if he lets a Moon Yun Bin get on base. They have not shown the bullpen with anybody warming up, though. Yeah, got a chance here. You throw it right down the middle. Nope, you're going to walk him, and he loads the bases up. Gotta be it for him. Might as well. Gee, I wonder what that guy with the giant telephoto lens is recording. No, they're gonna let him stay out there. No, there we go. They finally heading out to talk to him, be like, "Hey, man, we got to take you out. You can't throw strikes." No, not Stefan. All right, that'll be it for Kim Mean. We'll have another pitching change. No Shiwan will come up to bat. Is he going to be the one to hit the grand slam? I don't think I've seen a grand slam yet this year. But it can't. Will it be No Shiwan to hit it? The ultimate question, ladies and gentlemen. Now, those of you guys hanging out in while we've got a pitching change, please hit the like button if you are on YouTube. If you're on Soup, please hit the thumbs up. That is called an upper recommendation. It's extremely important on Soup. If you want to follow me, make sure you subscribe over on YouTube. On Soup, go and click the little star right next to my channel name. You do have to have an account, I believe, in order to do that. But it is pretty important as this is my first season. Sup, you took your nap and SSG scored 6 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Jin was perfect through 5 innings, 67 pitches, no balls or no walks, no errors, no hits. And then in the 6th inning, he gave up a leadoff single, a double, a single, a bunt, intentional walk, a single, a walk, a ground out, and another single. Yeah, the KBO was striking. Yeah, the SSG bullpen, nobody outs in a hit by pitch, and then 2 outs, bases loaded, a wild pitch, allowed a run to score. Yeah. That is the KBO. Sups up. All right, and No Kyung-eun out on the mound. 186 ERA, 10 games, 9.2 innings, 1-1, 3 holds, a 229 batting average against, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the old man. The KBO does KBO things, as that is fouled away on the first pitch from Noshiwan. Noshiwan, a 1 for 3, struck out in the first inning, a single in his second at bat, and a 6-3 ground out in the third at bat. So that was just last inning, as that's a misses outside, 1-1. And Moon-Yun Bin led off last inning, but Hanwha did not score as they left 2 runners on. No, there's plenty of chances. Sups up. 1-1, way up high. 2-1. Weenie hanging out. Kim Mean looking on as he's making this more of a game than it is, as that's going to be a single up the middle, and that is going to score 1 run. Peraza will come on in 2, and Noshiwan plates 2. And this is gotta be a game, ladies and gentlemen. Crabs coming through. That is why KT got rid of him. All right, that brings up Kim Tae-yeon. Looks at the ball one outside, 1-0. All right, the 1-0 pitch. As the foul away. 1-1. right. The 1-1 pitch to Kim Dae-yeon. A swing and a miss there. 1-2. Big at bats here. A 2 on, a 2 outs, a 4-run game. And No Young In has come in but given up a 2-run single. And another 1-2 pitch is sets up at the knees and a swing and a miss. A big strikeout there. They leave 2 more on, but they do get 2 to break it down to a 7-3 game. We go to the 8th inning. Now down to their final 6 outs. Six, 7, 8 hitters coming up for SSG in the top of the 8th inning. I assume they're going to have a Ju-hyun Song come on out now to do some calculations. Hanwha now 3 for 14 with runners on base, 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They've left 8 runners on. SSG, they're 5 for 9 with runners on base and 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They've left 6 on base. The thing is, no, sorry, they left 4 on base. That's been 2 in the last 2 innings because, again, they didn't even have anybody on the bases in the first 5 innings. So I believe, again, Ju-hyun Song will come in now. This will get into a bullpen matchup, ladies and gentlemen, which is always an adventure in the world of the KBO. Yeah, so we do have a new pitcher. Yep, I see that stockiness. Ju-hyun Song just brought up today. Last season, 48 games, 5-2, a 41.2 innings, a 3 holds, a 331 batting average against 10 walks, a 37 strikeouts, 5.18 ERA because he gives up a ton of home runs last year. Same within in the spring training, same when he was down in the second league. He was the closer at the start of last season. He is one of the only players that I've ever known that has moved from a position player to a pitcher, as that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Shea Junu 0 for 2 on the day, a 5-3 ground out and a 1-2 ground out. So that was with the bases loaded. Is the 0-1 pitch. This is outside of 1-1. Ju-hyun Song just called back up today. Wang Jun-saw, yesterday's starter for Hanwha, has taken off the roster. And here we go, the 1-1 pitch. That is going to be a slapped foul straight back, and it's 1-2. LG has just scored 1 in the top of the 8th. Samsung's also tied it up, the 1-2 game, and that is going to be a single through the right side. On base for the first time today. Brings up Shea Ji-hoon. He's again the one that broke up the perfect game. We are having some KBO late inning bullpen blowups, ladies and gentlemen. Samsung scored 2 in the top of the 7th to tie that. It's a 5. Top of the 8th. Oh, LG just tied it up at 5 in the top of the 8th. As a Che Ji-hoon, a broken bat to the Olay through the legs of the second baseman, and that's will be an E6. Runners now at the corners. There goes his lucky mustache. Kiwi, you gotta finish him now? You gotta finish him again? All right, Otegon steps in, runners on the corners. Should be 2 outs, a tailor-made double play, but instead they've got runners on the corner and nobody out. As that one is lifted up, center fielder over will make the catch, and that is going to score another run. Brings up the number 9 hitter. Could have been 3 away, but now it's back to a 5-run game. Is he going to flip off the score? Is he going to flip off the score because the score gave him an error? Because it went right between his legs? All right, Joe Hyung-woo, the catcher, 1 for 3 on the day. RBI single back in that big 6th inning. Now that is just misses inside. Oh, 1-0. Yeah, keep looking. Why aren't you showing his girlfriend? Or sorry, his wife now, I guess. All right, the 1-0 pitch. 156 on his career against Hanwha. That is turned on. That is lifted. That is to the wall or a warning track, though. And that is 2 away. I thought he got more of it than that. It just sounded really good. But 2 away now. Brings up the top of the lineup, back up. Pak Sung-han has been up. This will be his 3rd straight inning that he's been up. Same way with Jo Hyung-woo, the catcher there. This is the 3rd straight inning that he has been up as he dives back into first. He does have plenty of speed over there at first base. Ju Hyun-sung has pretty decent speed with his pitches. Che Ji-hoon 3 for 3 on the season. Pak Sung-han 270 is another dive back. 273 on the career against Ju Hyun-sung. And here we go. The first pitch just sets up right down the middle. And that is the strike right down the middle, 0-1. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up right down the middle once again. And it just misses, and it's 1-1. A 1-1 pitch sets up down the middle. And he goes, he steals the bag. No throw as he dropped it. And now a single scores another run. Da, 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 da. Great jump. Even the throws over, he had a great jump, a great lead. Even the throws over weren't close. Right, the 2-1 pitch. Misses outside at 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is set. Nope. Checks back and Wang Young Mook not able to hold on to it, so it rolls away. But the second baseman is able to pick it up. The 3-1 pitch misses ball 4. He is on base for the 3rd straight inning. Runners now on 1st and 2nd at 2A. It's Ansang Hyun. He was sacrificed a bunt in the 6th inning, a hit by pitch in the 7th inning, coming up again in the 8th inning. 1 run is in courtesy of the air. Nope, we're going to have a Jung Jun Jae, who first pitch is fouled away and it'll get out of play. Jung Jun Jae, 263 on this season for the little guy. The all small team. Here we go with the 0-1 pitch. Misses inside, 1-1. 15 pitches now for Ju Hyun Song, and now you got to start thinking what's going to happen here. Pitch sets up down the middle, lays off of it. I don't think he went. He did not. 2-1. 2-1. That is going to be a single up the middle. The center fielder had to slow down to pick it up. And another RBI and another run as SSG just adds to its Jung Jun Jae with the RBI single. Runners on 1st and 2nd is still. Nine to 3 as sub. Now I don't think Hanwha is going to come back. I think Hanwha is given up. 17 pitches at Che Jung looks at a strike 1, and it's 0-1. Che Jung intentionally walked in the 6th inning, walked in the 7th inning, coming up to bat here in the 8th inning. The 0-1 pitch misses inside, 1-1. Ju Hyun Song, 375 against him on his career. 3 hits, but no RBIs, which is strange for the KBO all-time home run leader. And the 1-1 is turned on and crushed. That, ladies and gentlemen, will be a 3-run shot, and it is time for some sensations. So I was a little off. I said remember what I said? I said that he was going to walk Chejong, and then Heredia was going to come in and hit a home run. So I was off by an inning. 1 inning, guys. 1 inning, I was off. 1 inning. Hanwha fans, probably, I'm going to guess, are headed to the exit after that 12-3 now, and that brings up Heredia. That's outside. Courtesy of an error by the second baseman. That, ladies and gentlemen, is 5 runs courtesy of that guy. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. 2-0. We've got baseball cards to open, though, ladies and gentlemen. That is the highlight of this game. "22 pitches, a 2-0 count, sets up on the outside. That is going to be lifted into the gap. That is going to hit the bottom of the wall. Heredia is going to be on base with a double and another hit. Just make the beating stops. Are they going to keep him in there? That was right down the middle of the plate, and he did not miss it at all, ladies and gentlemen. Already hanging out at second base. Are we gonna have? He didn't even bother. He was like, "Yep, that's gone." Took his glove off because he knew he wasn't going to need it unless he got a ticket in the outfield. Still, Ji-hyun Song out there. Han Yu-sum rips that one, but it's foul. Yeah, that is crushed. I knew we'd finally see a home run into this game. I love how they keep showing him, though. It's like, yeah. I love how they just keep showing him. That way everybody knows. All right, the 0-1 pitch. Yeah, reaches down, lifts that one up, and that is going to be caught by Peraza on the run. And that's his 3 away, but a 3-run shot, an error, 5 unearned runs will go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 12-3. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some KBO baseball packs coming up. So again, I'm having to open this box. I haven't opened it at all. Maybe. I don't have nails or anything. All right. Uh-oh, I just broke my mechanical pencil. But actually, I'm an idiot. I have scissors. My God. Whoever ties those your delivery. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Each pack has 5 cards. There's 10 packs in each box. So here we go. The first pack of the Sensations. And the packs are kind of difficult to open. Oh, if it's Kim Seol-hyun, you know I'm getting it signed and giving it to Stefan. All right. So let me clear some of that out. We'll bring all this up while I'm streaming here. Who's coming up? We're gonna have the 6. We're gonna have the same guy that just made the air. I do not believe there's cheerleaders in the pack. Sorry, Mary Kates. All right, let's check out our first. And we've got Chaewon Tae. the today's starter for Samsung. Then we've got former Hanwha Eagle, Byonu Yuk, plays in the second league. He's not very good. We do have a new pitcher out on the mound, so I do need to get that changed. Is Jang Ji Hoon out on the mound now? That misses, and it's now 2-0. Who's that? Who's that, ladies and gentlemen? That, ladies and gentlemen, is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. That's some Wang Young Mook, ladies and gentlemen. That's some Mookie. Little Wang Young Mook. A 2-1 ground ball to the shortstop, picks it up, throws across, and one away. And then we got Chun Jae-hyun. Yes, Chun Jae-won, the center fielder, utility outfielder for the NC Dinos. And we've got Kim Tae-hyung, starter for Kia. So again, these are often younger players. There's going to be one really good card in it. There's going to be 3 or 4 autograph pack in the box. So that is the first pack done out of the box, as that is way outside, and it's 2-0. Lee Jin Young. That's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-1. Oh for 1, a strikeout in his first at bats, and that's fouled this straight back. Solo homer, yeah. Again, you guys wanted these because you just wanted some Kim Seok-hyun, but the other one has like not only do they have autographs, as that one is foul. Not only do they have autograph cards, but they also have uniform cards. So you get a game-used uniform on the card. That's how I got the Shin-Soo Choo, or the Chu-Shin-Soo, as that one is popped up, a first baseman in on the grass, and makes the play 2 away. So yeah, that's how I got the Chu Shin-Soo and also the Pak Dong-wan uniform cards. I see if I can find them on so. Yeah. So I'll show you guys. So those other ones, the carbon have like this. The other one that misses outside, 1-1. That is popped up. That's into no man's land. Nope, the center fielder is able to track it down, and that's a 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 9th inning. It's 12-3. So here, I'll show you guys. So these packs are actually way cooler. So that's a Chu Shin-Soo actual game used uniform card. You got some Noshiwan cards here. You got Iminu, who just pitched for Hanwha. You've got Pak Sang-won. Who else we got here? Got some other ones. Try to find some. No Kyung-eun, who just pitched also. We got Jungjoon Jae, who just had the RBI there, the pinch hit RBI. See who else we got in here. Absolute legend himself, Shinmin Jae. Got a sweet, but those cards, the carbon cards, are pretty sweet. I do have one or two packs, one or two boxes of those that we can open later. Same with these rainbow cards. But Wang Jong Hyuk, very important to bring him back out. He just pitched yesterday. Very, very important to bring him back out. All right. Wang Jong Hyuk out on the mound now. He's going to have I don't even know who's up. The number 6 hitter, because they batted around again in the last inning, so I lost track. All right, the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Coming up big. So Che Junu singled in his last at bats. Then was able to go to second. That was the air. That misses up high though, 2-1. 1 for 3 on the day. A couple ground outs outside of that single. The 2-1 misses out. Ooh, just does get a piece of it, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 way outside runs the count full, 3-2. Let's see. Three-two is a chopper up the middle. Second baseman a jump throw, but nowhere near, and it rolls past him. That's going to be an infield single, and another hit for the old the SSG Landers. Shea Ji-hoon steps in now. Way, way up high, ball 1. What do you think, Kiwi? No base runners in the first 5 innings, and they score 12 in the next 3. As that one is lifted up, a right fielder Peraza underneath it, though. That's 1 away. Kind of at the points where let's just hurry up and get this game over with. What do you guys think? Chan Sung, the captain, looking on. Why is his fingernails so long? Bad throw by the catcher over to third base when they had him dead to rights as Otagon steps in there for a strike right down the middle. 0-1 Otagon. 1 for 3 on the day. 6-3 ground out, a double, a strikeout, and a sacrifice RBI in last inning. That is going to be a liner right to the second baseman. And 2 away. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Jo Hyung-woo. has actually been up to bat in 4 consecutive innings, ladies and gentlemen. He had an RBI in the 6th. He led off the 7th with a 6-3 groundout. He had a flyout in the 8th, and now he's up once again in the 9th. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. So basically, anybody else that comes up in this inning will be in for 4 straight innings getting up to bat. Lays off of that, so 1-1. Juan Joan Hyuk. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch. It sets up on the outside. Way outside at 2-1. At the 3-hour mark now. And here we go. The 2-1 pitch. Way outside at 3-1. Looks like NC gets the win. The 7-2 win. Lotte has.
Thank you for the recommendation, Birds Are Dinos.
Thank you, Birds Are Dinos. I won't say anything else about the NC game. I know you're probably going to watch it later. 3-1 Lotte win as that misses, and that's going to be ball 4. Runners now on first and second. Flips the lineup back up to the top. And that misses low, ball 1. But elsewhere, LG has taken the lead 6-5. They're in the bottom of the 9th there against KT. And another 1-0 misses low. 2-0. Doosan and Samsung, they are in the top of the 8th. Nope, they just went to the bottom of the 8th. They're also tied at 5. Hopefully, Birds Are Dinos will get to have a NC game, as that one is nowhere near the strike zone. Pak Sung Han isn't even attempting. As soon as he goes into his motion, that's who you're talking about, Kiwi, right there, right? The 3-0 pitch. Yeah, walks him on 4 straight pitches. I think that might be, I think maybe his name is Kim Min Soo. All right. 4 pitches, another walk. All right. Jung Joon Jae steps in. He's 1 for 1 on the day. That's his in there for a strike, ladies and gentlemen. He threw a strike. And another strike. That's 2 strikes, ladies and gentlemen. 0-2. Base is loaded once again. Jung Joon Jae, 1 for 1 on the day. RBI single in the last at bat. That is gets a piece, but it's foul. Stays 0-2. Think he's counting down how many days he's got left before he has to file for unemployment? 455 on the season with the runners in scoring position. That's way up high, ball 1. All right, 1-2 pitch. He's like, just throw the ball, man. And that is going to be right back up the middle, and more runs are going to score. One run is in, two runs are in, and Jung Jun Jae comes up with two more RBIs in the top of the ninth. 14-3. All right, now just runners on first and third, though. Shea Jung has steps in. Already had a three-run shot his last at bat. That's over his head, though. 25 pitches now for Won Jong Hyuk. And here we go. The 1-0 pitch to Che Jung. Misses up high again at 2. Close game, ladies and gentlemen. Close game. An absolute nail biter. I would say that an 11-run lead is a safe lead in the KBO. As they lifts that one up, just gets under it a little bit too much. Moon Yun Bin in front of the warning track makes the catch. We will go to the bottom of the ninth. 14-3, ladies and gentlemen. 14-3. What a game. "12 hits and 8 walks and 2 errors for 14 runs. Oh, what a game. What a KBO game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. No, I have not. I have not heard of any of that, Steve. All right, so we've got to the bottom of the ninth inning. We are still playing baseball here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got who's coming up? We've got the 9-1 two hitters coming up for Hanwha. Handu Sol out on the mound is we'll attempt to get this going. Handu Sol 289 ERA, 7 games, 9.1 innings, 308 batting average against.
한화의 환영을 날려버려라 한화의 승리를
The baseball
최강 한화의 승리를 위해
is great.
날려라 무기
Man, that's in there for a strike. Here we go.
날려버려라 한화의 승리를 원하잖아 최강 한화의 승리를 위해 날려라 무기 환영부
All right, the 1-2 pitch to Wong Young Mook waits on it, so waits and waits on a 106 curveball. Fouls it away though. Stays 1-2. Wong Young Mook 0 for 1 on the day, 4-3 ground out in his first at bats, his only at bats. Back in the 7th inning, lays off of that to 2-2. That uniform is huge.
한화의 황영우 날려버려라 한화의 승리
And he hits him in the back.
원하잖아 최강한 한화의
They need base runners.
날려라 무기 한화의 황영우 날려버려라
KT is threatening to tie it up or maybe take the lead in the bottom of the 9th. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Sam Hilliard up to bat. All right, flips the lineup back over. Kongbei Ko looks at just strike one. Kongbei Ko did have a walk. Did have a walk today, 0 for 3 in his other at-bats. And the 0-1 just catches the inside corner, 0-2. Ballerina, that's not something you want to be called if you're a baseball player. As the 0-2 is catches the top of the zone and catches him looking, and 1 away. Can you send the whole team down to the second league? Can you send the whole team down to the second league? I think that's what Hanwha needs. That's probably what the whole team needs. All right, Peraza steps in. 2 for 4 on the day. He's got to hit right-handed again, though. That's a misses a little low. Fouls that one into the ground. Peraza. All right, the 1-1 pitch. And that one is a popped up. A second baseman coming in on the grass. First baseman decides that he's going to catch it in front of second base. From first to 7th. With no signs of changing the direction. All right, Moon Young Bin steps in down to their final outs. That's in there for a strike. And the 0-1 misses low. 1-1. And the 1-1 is going to be a ground ball, but it's a foul. 1-2. Looks like we have a bunch of changes for SSG. That is Che Ji-hoon, who is supposed to be playing center field right now. Yeah, absolutely, Kiwi. 1-2 is right back up the middle. Shortstop fields it, throws out. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a pure. Yeah. Here you go, Kiwi. Just for hanging out. Just for hanging out. Kiwi, here you go.
박정현 날려버려와 하나 승리 위하여 안타 날려라 홈런 날려라 한화 박정현 날려버려와 하나 승리 위하여 날려라 한화 박정현
Just for you, Kiwi. All right. What a mess of a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a mess of a game. It started out so in the second inning, a lead or a double by double by the second baseman that came around to score on Che Jae-hoon's RBI single. Yuan Jin was just pitching perfectly. I mean, when I say perfectly, I'm not exaggerating either. I'm saying he was pitching perfectly. 1, 2, 3 in the first inning, 1, 2, 3 in the second inning, 1, 2, 3 in the third inning with a strikeout, 1, 2, 3 in the fourth inning with 2 strikeouts, 1, 2, 3 in the fifth inning with another strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 15 up, 15 down, 67 pitches through 5 innings. Then came the break. Out of the break, Che Ji-hoon breaks up the perfect game, breaks up the no-hitter with a bunt single. Then following right behind him is a double by Ote-gun, puts runners at second and third. A single by Jo Hyung-woo scores a run, ties the game up at 1 there. Then the next batter is Park Sung-han, the leadoff batter. He singles, scores the go-ahead run. At the time, SSG takes the 2-1 lead. A sacrifice bunt puts runners at second and third. Then an intentional walk to Che Jung after he had 3 balls anyway. Then Redia comes up with a single, scores 2 more runs, a walk, a 1-2 ground out, and then Che Ji-hoon comes up with another single, this time scoring 2 runs. They put up 6 there. At that point, it was pretty much over. 7th inning, they didn't give up, though. A walk, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a sacrifice. They scored another run without even having a hit. Then in the 8th, they batted around again. A leadoff single, a big error there, an absolutely huge error. A tailor-made double play goes right between the legs of the second baseman. Then after that, a sacrifice fly by Ote-gun scores 1 run, a fly out, and then a walk and a single, scores another run from Jung Joon Jae, and then Che Jung with a 3-run shot for 5 runs in that inning. At that point, it's 12-3. And then in the 9th, they add more with a leadoff single, a walk, and then Jung Joon Jae with a 2 RBI single with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Yuan Jin ends up taking the loss. Kim Gun-woo pitched pretty well. He was not able to get through 6. He wasn't able to get a quality starts, but he was able to pitch 5 and 2/3 innings. Will pick up the win. Che Jung with a huge home run there, 3-run shots. At that point, the game was pretty much over. Hanwha, 2 errors, 2 big errors that cost them a lot of runs. A lot of runs is not even really a good description, as they had Che Jung dead at third base. He was standing in between already. They thought they had a double steal on a ball. No Shiwan should have been credited with the error there, as he just looked up instead of making the fielding the play. Che Jung was able to get in. Heredia actually ran back to first because he wasn't paying attention. And then, but he moved to second on the walk. And then it was just an absolute, a classic Hanwha game. That is the best way to explain it. A absolute classic Hanwha game, as Yuanjin ends up taking the big loss, and Hanwha a absolute poor showing, losing 14-3 as they finally get a win at home on Tuesday, but they've lost two more as they now are going to head to Daegu, and they're going to have to play. I think it's away, right? Double check, or is it home? Sorry, I don't actually know. Yeah, so they'll head to Daegu to play against Samsung. So one of these teams has to stop being awful. Samsung is playing about as bad as Hanwha is. Uh, so we're going to see which team is the worst at being the worst as Samsung and Hanwha will play this weekend. But that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. It is, remember, just a reminder, tomorrow is a 5 p.m. game. It is a Labor Day here in Korea. So the game starts at 5 o'clock. So make sure you're not late for that. If you're hanging out, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, whether you're in SOOP or whether you're in YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe over on YouTube, and then also on SOOP. Make sure you hit that little star. That is a loyal viewer. That's how you follow me on SOOP, so you know my streams will come up on your homepage. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you have a team that you want to watch or a matchup you want to watch, please make sure you head to the YouTube channel. On the community tab, there's a poll. I put up a poll every single week, lets you pick which matchups that you want to see. That is how I'm streaming SSG and Hanwha. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the LG, the KT and Kia matchup. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, Saturday, 2 o'clock, that's Lotte and the same SSG team. And then Sunday is supposed to be Samsung and Hanwha, but there's a bunch of rain in the forecast. If that is the case, I will do the Kium game because Kium's the only team with a dome. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock. And as always, until next time.